It's been a while. So welcome to Ahimsa if you've not been here before, and welcome back if you've been here. I thought it was about time we did a walkabout and got to show you all what's been going on. As you can see, these guys are pretty like snuggled in right now. So even the Scoob, they might change their mind.
All stretched out.
Not much room for us on this bed. So we're just starting off with a bit of a sad note. Rooster George was a great addition here to the team at Ahimsa, but his time came, and you can see the details in the Facebook upload. But this is where he's buried, and it just by chance Si said I'd like to bury him here, you know, it's his favourite spot. And the night that he was attacked, he was here when he came out to me when I called him. So it just seemed right that this should be his final resting place. So underneath the beautiful oak. So there we go. So now I'll just take you over. So Si's been busy clearing. I don't know if you remember the original pictures, but all this was just completely trees and brambles, or silvers as they call them in Portugal. It was terrible. All our trees are starting to grow up. This is an almond. So you can kind of see here, hopefully, that this is now been freed of brambles and it's just getting, a lot of the stuff's chop and drop, as you can see at the floor, so it'll return back to Pachamama. And you can see some of the trees. If you just bear with me, I'll take you to such a beautiful tree. There we go. Can you see this pine? Because of the brambles, it was squashed and couldn't reach for the light, and it had a bit of a hard time trying. And over time, it's reached and reached and reached, and it's now starting to be a whole lot taller than it ever was, and straighter as well. So you can see it's all very bendy, but it's starting to really go for it. So it will be fun to see how it straightens and develops given time and space. Now it has what it needs, a better environment for it to grow in. So we're going to swap over now, and Si's gonna, well, I'm going to record while Si does the talk walking down. So there we go.
So I can take my glasses off now because I don't have to look at the screen, I can see. It's just reading.
So let's follow Si.
So it's that M told you it was a lot of there's been a lot of clearing, but it was the silvers and the broom, which just grows like weeds now. This is one of the piles that has come out of this area, and there's 3 of them, all about this size. So it's just, yeah, the trees will start to grow properly again now.
And we've got firewood.
We've got firewood. Debatable. We've planted a few citrus trees, but as we planted them, the frost came again. Even though we thought they were over, and we weren't. Well, we thought they were gone, but they're all growing again.
Yay!
So all of them have got new shoots on. So, but
we'll see.
We'll see what happens. And as the canopies start to grow again, they will get some protection. So obviously, I don't know if we spoke about this. We
No, go on.
had a delivery of scrap wood, and we've been sorting it into. We started to sort it into piles for so that we could use it, so we'd know where we were going to get each particular bit. And we have used some of it already. So.
Now we've had to shut Hanny and Skip down the bottom because we have a new arrival.
They keep leaving the baby on its own. But they're all together.
You notice there we've got Boo joined us as well.
So we've got Hanny, Skip and
Lottie.
Oh, there you go.
Little Lottie.
There you go, it's got a name now.
And just for those who haven't seen it before, this is the goat shelter, but we used the base of the old pond, which was actually, come on Hanny, we're going this way.
You might be there now.
It was the base of the old pond that was the roof of the trailer tent. So
it's had several lives already. It's been the roof of a trailer tent, it's been a pond, and now it's a shelter.
Well, we say goat shelter, but the chickens have
use it.
Yeah. Let's move over to.
So as you will notice, nearly all the birds have come down here after
the fox and Rooster George.
Yeah. So to give you more protection, and it's all been screened so they can't get out. This is our male flock.
So we've got Chunk here, and then we haven't got a name for these three yet. Somewhere, oh, there's Whitetail. Come on, girls. So the goat's behind us. That's Whitetail there. Oh, there we go. Do it again then, Whitetail. Little cockerel there. And then we've got Sparkle. Now, yes, fella. So there's two of the frackers. Now, unfortunately, 4 of the frackers disappeared just before Rooster George got attacked. There's little Lottie there. Isn't she bonny? How's to do, Whitetail? Hey? Hey, Chunk. Hey? Ah, and Vlad's saying hello. And the ducks. So, there is 5 ducks. I think she's on the nest at the minute. We'll soon find out. So, that's Vlad. Vlad's moved over to this field. And he's here with Joe's ladies, believe it or not. He's taken on Mrs. Grey, Sparkle and Sparklet. And this is the bachelor pad. So, what... Oh, you're showing them?
Oh, well, you can film it from there.
Okay.
So what we've had to do is, because they were all just in the top, and they have grown quite a bit. So, and it was a problem getting them in. We didn't all like going in. They do fight a little bit. So we split it into 3. So we have 3 pens which they go into no problem at night now. No problem-ish. And another 3 below.
The 3 at the bottom are better because they separate as soon as you've...
Individual doors.
One's gone in, you can shut it and then it knows it's not going to get dived on while it's trying to have its tea before bed.
All the fruit trees down here are doing
really well.
It stays damper down there, and the goats can't get in here either to eat them.
So Vlad's now in there with Joe, and
In where?
there where Joe
Where
used to
Joe
be.
used to be, yeah.
And Honey, are we going for a walk? Are we going to go for a walk? Yeah. Honey's still pregnant, aren't you, baby? And Skip's had hers, so Skip's looks like she's lost a fair bit, because she looked like there was 3 Skips instead of 1 before baby came. Little Lottie. Come on then, if you're joining us. So we usually get taken for a walk. We usually get joined by the cats and Scooby and the goats, so, and the frackers, so we'll see. Now this used to be the duck dive. It's now 2 of the frackers are in there, and 2 of the frackers are in the smaller one that used to be for the rabbits.
We do seem to have now 2 males, 2 females, and we could get one of the males and 2 of the females in there, but used to chase the male that was in there would chase the other one off. But they've now seemed to split, so there's 2 and 2, and yeah, they just go in, no problem now. They have their own separate bed.
So now we're walking down to the river.
Because we've had rain, this is all, it's not normally like this. Don't normally have to duck that much.
No, it's all new, because we had very strong rain last night. Let me just show you, for those that don't know, this is where we keep our solar pump, really. Solar pump set up. So we have our pump in the river, and then this is the solar panel and battery, and then this supplies all the water for everything up in Ahimsa. And Scooby about to go into the river.
So
that's the first bit.
Yeah, we've had torrential rain, just in blocks, so the river's right up again.
Well, Size cut this back the other day, so now, what's that? That's cool. There's Skip. Go on then, Honey. This is the little wonder. I was looking at the roots in the river. Come on then. Should we go up there? Oh look, there's a fracker in the forest. Hello little fracker. Fracker, fracker, fracker. There's another one. Little frackers. Thank you for eating the brambles, girls. This is where we're going to have our picnic table. And Scooby's off into the river. Did you get a stick? He loves his swims, especially on a hot day. Come on, Furball. Good boy. He's bringing it with us.
So we've still done nothing with that, the picnic area, but it is quite, yeah, it will be a nice place when we get round to it.
The girls are kind of keeping it under control at the moment. Yeah, this has gone right down as well. What? Our elderberry. Ah well.
And our rose.
Our rose. Thank you, love. As you can see, our little pear tree there's doing fine. That's just the perimeter of our land there. So now...
That's it, because the ducks and the birds would disappear into there.
Next door's field.
It didn't really matter, but then a couple of times the farmer came next door to cut some
whatever,
and he was like, try to get them out. So we said, all right, we'll put a fence up, but they could get through the fence. So that's been screened as well, so they can't get through there either. And they seem quite happy down here.
So walking now into mushy rooms. I can hear Joe. Hopefully he won't attack us.
He won't attack us because he's locked up.
Ah, yeah, there he is. I forgot about this. So we've put an extra fence in here. So Joe's now got 3 Mrs. Browns and a Mrs. Gray. Gray's over there. So this other field that you can't really see because they're just in this bit at the moment. This is where Joe and his girls are. Isn't it, Han? Eh? What are you going to say, Joe? Not a lot? Thank you. So,
this was completely...
all this in here.
Completely overgrown.
It's still, yeah.
Well, back there, you can see where I've cut back to. It was just, you couldn't walk through here.
So we've removed all the brambles.
So we could get the fence in, but it's also built as a path which everyone seems to use.
Which is great.
But we've not got rid of them all yet. The
brambles are still coming up.
Yeah, they keep growing. I just keep cutting them back, and eventually they will die. But it's like a long term. Obviously, we don't want to use weed killers.
Thank you. That's the goat's house. Oh, there's some duckies.
Ducks have moved down here.
Yeah, they used to be by the cabin. They're happier here.
Yeah, you can actually, they're going fine.
If you look there, they've got a little pond there to play with by the IBC.
And a river down there that they don't go in still, or we don't see them going.
We've still only got 4 ducks there. Where's duck number 5? Is it under the IBC? There's another mini pond for them to play in. They stick their heads in that. And then
sat on its eggs.
Vlad and Mrs. Gray. You alright?
Now we've started hanging the water because it lasts longer.
Because they don't knock it over.
Unless you got ducks where they empty it more or less immediately. But they have got other water in here, but in the other places it just lasts.
So we'll just say hello to Mrs. Scooby now. There she is, just chilling on her nest. On the wood pile. Well, that's okay if she's happy, eh? There's little Lottie under the bench. We've also got size bench here. Now, if you remember ages ago, all this was full of brambles and cut back. And now, what you'll see is there's so much more space. The animals use it more. We've got 2 hammock points. We've got the table there, size made. and a little bench there just to chill on. And we move this bench a lot so that we can be where we want to be to watch the animals. That's Boo Cat saying hello to Lottie. Making friends. Lottie likes all the chickens. And then I know this is looking really overgrown, but that's okay. We've got quite a lot of things growing in the polytunnel, and we've got potatoes and things growing in this, and we've got our raised beds that we made. And we've got curly kale, lettuce, onions, and I've forgotten what that is there, and carrots and stuff growing. And we've got these bushes here growing, or trying to grow, but the goats keep popping their heads through and trying to eat they're very close to the edge of the fence, you see, where we put them, which means that the goats can put their heads through and eat them. I forgot to do the things over there. Shall we do the bushes, the fruit bushes that we put in? And Rooster Joe's old house that he didn't even spend one night in, did he? So just going back along here, past the broom, past Boo Cat, past Mrs Gray and Blan and Sparkle, eh? And that's there waiting to be turned into more raised beds. If you remember the raised bed garden, that's what it became. And we've got all sorts in there: chamomile, nettle, broccoli, strawberries, thyme, oregano, cabbage and lettuce. No, honey, we're not going through. We're not going through. So I don't know if you can see the castle there for Joe and the girls, but Joe and the girls have got all this and all that right over there, or the other side. So this here was built specially for Rooster Joe, and we were going to get him some girls. Well, as you know, that's not what happened. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it to another chicken who's rather more needy. So thank you for that. That's very helpful, honey. Are you going to help her, Skip? Maybe. And here we've got these are goat safe at the moment. We've got raspberries, blueberries, and we've got a cherry tree growing as well. So these are nice safe distance back from the fence, and they're all doing well. So as you can see, they're all going for a drink in there now as well. So it's nice to give them lots of levels, lots of different things to drink out of. Oh, is she having a drink?
Yeah.
Was she getting breakfast, little Lottie? Or was it 11's? You're a good mum, Skip, when you don't forget to bring her here. So I think there's one more thing to say, to show you, and that's over by the cabin. So we're coming back up. Are you coming, Lottie? We don't mind them coming up as long as they're all together, but we're trying to keep all the birds down here, but they have got a lot of space to hang out in. Go on, honey, go through. Come on, Lottie. Thank you. So the girls will end up going under the van because it's the coolest place and they like it. And then later on in the day, when it's nearly tea time, there's the compost loo, they come over here and they hang out under the solar panel. But they've had the solar panel down a few times now. So, but yeah, I'll just walk in. We've got Hanny with us. Over. And here, if you can see Sparklet on her nest. And she has about a week left. Hanny, what's to do, Hanny? Sparklet's got about a week left on her nest before we'll have chicks. So Sparklet will be going to move in to where was for Rooster George, so her and the chicks can free range quite happily and safely. It does need cleaning, but we keep having to put more bedding on top of come on, Hanny, because we don't want to disturb her in her nest. What are you doing, little Lottie? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, beautiful girl, where are you off? Skip's having a scratch. None for you, Hanny. What are you doing, girl? Little Lottie? Hey, little Lottie? Huh? What's your Lottie doing? She's mountain climbing on the shelter. So I was just sorting something out with the compost. So there we go. And that's Ahimsa, and this is now June, I guess. So we hope to see you soon, and we'll have plenty more to show you then. Oh, just because there's plenty of you might like ants, if you don't do huggle beds correctly, this is what happens. They turn into the perfect environment for ants because they don't hold water, they're just dry. So this is something that we haven't got round to altering yet since we took over the permaculture project. I guess it's 2 years ago, and there's been plenty to do. So there we go. That's some of our wild chamomile. There's loads of wild chamomile everywhere, and so many different species of wild flowers that are growing happily, all of its own accord. If you have a look there, absolutely beautiful. Well, it's goodbye from me, goodbye from Si, and it's goodbye from Scoob. So big loves to you all, and see you again soon. Tatty bye.